Alright guys, here we are again. This is going to be the first video of a series of videos that we're going to do, and we're going to start from the basics of knot tying to your mono or your braid to your swivel, and then from there we're going to graduate to different kind of leaders and so forth. The reason why we're starting with the very basics is because we do get a lot of customers in our shop and don't know how to tie it or just getting into fishing. So we want to make sure we start from the basics and move our way up. We want everybody to be able to go out and enjoy themselves while they're fishing. So first we're going to start with your monofilament. Then we'll start with your swivel or your leader that you're going to be using. What I'm using here is a used Hard Life's double drop drum rig that has already been through the ringer and back. Alright, let's start again. We're going to take your monofilament and your swivel from your leader. You're going to send your mono through your swivel once and twice. This portion is now your tag line, and this is your main line. So you're going to take your tag line around your main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. After the 4th one, you're going to take your tag line through the 2 loops you have created. You're going to lubricate your line really good, and you're going to pull. As you're pulling apart, you'll get to a part where it's real kind of tight knit right here, and you'll let go of your tag line and you'll pull on your main line, and then you can squeeze down as such, and there is your knot that you're looking for. What you can then do is clip off your tag line however far you want. I like to leave at least 1/2 inch, and this is what we use for all of our casting or big rigs. From I've done 8-pound tests all the way up to 130-pound tests with this knot. It will work. Hasn't been tested with the calibration machine or anything like that. However, it has landed me some major sharks and catches and so forth. So again, you're going to take your main line through your swivel once and twice. Now your tag line around your main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 loops. You're going to come around, take your tag line in, lubricate your line, pulling them apart. Once it gets to that position, you're going to just pull down on your knot with your left hand and pull your main line away from it. Once it's nice and neat around there, it looks like a little larva sitting on your swivel there, and clip your line. It's a real simple, easy, efficient knot. We like this because when we're fishing in rocks, it gives your knot a little more abrasion resistance because it's hitting the your buildup of your knot here versus hitting your lines coming around your swivel. We like that for when we're fishing in rocks over here. Now mind you, this is in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we have a lot of rocks and jetties over here. It works for us here. May not work for every fishing scenario, but for beginners and just trying to get out there and fish, it's an excellent knot. There is another knot you can do, and I am extremely bad with knot names. I just know how to tie them. What you can do is you can pull your main line out, or send your main line through your swivel again. You can make a loop right here, and then you can take your tag line around. You can take your tag line into the loop you have made. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 times. And there, holding on to your tag line with these 2, you loop it. It'll cinch into a knot over here, but then it's going to slide and cinch down on your swivel. See how it only has 1 line in there though? That's the difference between the other knot I showed you and this one. Alright. Main line, swivel, Go through once. You're going to bring them parallel to each other. You're going to take your tag line and make a loop. Now you're going to take your tag line through your loop and your main line. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Right here, you're going to lubricate your knot. You're going to cinch it down, and then you're going to cinch it again this way. As it slides down, it'll create your knot right there. And you notice there's no curling of the line or anything right there. That's a very important thing, because if you're tightened your knot and you see all that curling, that means you have already weakened the line right there at that point. You didn't have enough lubrication on it. So that's a starting deal for the fishermen trying to get into fishing. We're using 30-pound mono right there. We're going to move up to 50. Same thing. I'm going to take my swivel, my main line, send it through the swivel once, send it through twice, create a loop. I'm going to take my tag line around my main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And the 4th one, around the 2 loops that, or in the 2 loops that I have made, I'm going to send it right through the middle. Lubricate my line before I start any stretching or pulling, and pull them apart. As I get down to that last bit of section right there, that's where I'm going to pull on my swivel and on my main line while cinching down this one. See how it's creating that loop? That's where you can put a little bit of extra pressure on your tag line and it'll cinch it down. The main thing to look for in here is that when your knot sits properly, it'll be wrapped up around your main line. Try this again. You're going to take your main line through your swivel once, twice. Your tag line around your main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tag line through the 2 loops you have made, right through there, and then you're going to lubricate. And now I'm going to stretch them apart. Holding a little bit of pressure on your swivel so that way it keeps your 2 loops in check right there. And then you're going to pull. See, again, there is no curling of the line right here, which means I have plenty of lubrication on there. That's a very important part of knot tying, is ensuring your lines are lubricated enough so that way they don't start to create friction. Friction will create heat. Heat is bad for line. Always remember that. That's why you should never smoke while you're landing a fish. I've seen cherries actually bust off lines before. Once, twice. Tag line around your main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through the 2 loops you have made, right in the center. Lubricate, and you pull apart. Once you get to right there, you'll feel the tension where it kind of stops it. You're going to pull on your swivel and pull your main line apart and cinching it down. And there is a proper knot tie. Again, no curling of the line right here, which means there was no friction buildup. That is part 1 of our segment. We're going to have plenty more like this coming. We're going to graduate to different kind of leaders and styles, different kind of baits, to where we're going to even open it up for questions and answers. If you feel you have a comment of what baits you have used and you haven't had any luck, if we have tried it before, we are willing to give any kind of knowledge or any assistance on it. So please comment below. We'd like to hear where you're from, how you're fishing, and see if we can help out. If we can't, then we'll definitely get some answers for you, because we do have friends in all fishing communities from the East Coast to the West Coast and the Gulf Coast. So stay tuned. We're going to bring you a lot more info. You have a good one.